Hello traders and welcome to the ReadFX channel. In this video I'm going to have an interview with Trader A. Now obviously he wants to remain anonymous, which is fair enough. He trades my day trading strategy at prop firms, and in a 3-month period he made about 25 to 30 grand, and this is from one prop firm. Now shortly after this happened, the prop firm actually closed down for a while, and I'm not surprised given the amount of money he was taking from them. They have since reopened, but he'd actually shifted to another prop firm, which I can't discuss because he's still using them. And the whole point of this video is we're going to find out how did he do it. Now, I did ask him to do a recorded Zoom call with me. However, he politely declined, but he agreed to answer my questions in Discord. So that's what we're going to see. Now, you might be interested in learning the day trading strategy, which is what he's trading at the prop firms. In which case, head over to my website, readfx.com, click on courses, and here you can see the day trading strategy. Just click on this button right here. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. Right then, let's get started. So what I've done is I've taken 5 screenshots of the conversation in Discord, just because it's much easier for me to blur things out on my screenshot app than it is in the actual video editor. So let's have a look at the conversation then. We'll start with number 1. You can see I've blurred out a load of stuff, anything that could give away, obviously, the trader's identity. And I want you to be able to see the whole conversation so you can sort of see that this is genuine and I'm not trying to hide anything. So I start by saying, how's it going? Are you still trading the strategy? And I get a response, yeah, all good, how are you? Traded it on a few more Forex pairs lately. Last week started really good, was up 9k until Thursday, then ended up closing a week at 3.5k. 10% a week is juicy, if only but. So at one point he was up 9 grand on, I think it was a 100k prop account. And then he obviously ended up giving some back. He had to cut some losses, but still up 3.5 grand in a week. So this is his current account, which you'll see later on. So obviously there you can see my response. You know, you've made 9k in a week. Not bad, not bad. So even closing at 3.5k for the week is a massive result. I noticed the majority of prop traders who get paid out make around 1 to 3% in a month. So you are way above average. Now that's based on me doing a little bit of research that I've been doing recently. And I've been looking at people with various account sizes. But I noticed that most people go for a 100k account on prop. And most of them finish the month at about 1 to 3%. So they're making a profit of about 1 to 3k, of which they only get an 80 to 90% payout from the prop firm. So you can clearly see that Trader A is way above average, okay? So I was wondering if you would be willing to do a Zoom call with me. I have been speaking to traders who did my course and went on to make money. I think you are the only person doing prop consistently. Now, I've had quite a few people contact me and say that they're doing prop challenges with my strategy. Many of them have made changes to it because of the relevant rules at the prop firm they're using. This guy is the only one I know of who has been doing this for a considerable length of time. He started this in 2023. Okay, he's been doing this for a year. And the other people who have tried it, they've done it on and off, or they've now stopped. So this is the only guy I know of who is still doing it and doing it consistently. Hence, I wanted to speak to him. Okay, if you agree, I would like to record the Zoom and ask you some simple questions about how you trade and show your results. You don't need to show your face or your name, and you can hide or blur out anything you like. People are desperate to see this kind of stuff. I'm adding these videos to the relevant courses and also posting them on YouTube. Let me know. So his response was, I see, I appreciate it, but I'll have to politely decline for the meantime. I'm happy to write you a testimonial and attach some evidence. I'm sorry, I understand this is helpful for you and the people. So obviously I'm saying at this point it's fine, there's no pressure. If you could provide something and attach proof that I can share on the website or in the course, that would be very helpful and much appreciated. Would you be willing to answer questions in writing? And then I actually give a list of the questions that I've been asking people in these interviews. So if we look at the bottom of this screenshot, we can see questions. And if I just move to the next one, that's where we continue. So there's no break in the conversation. So I sent a list of questions that I've been asking people. And this is the response that I got to these questions. Now, you can pause the video at this point and you can read these questions, okay? And then I'll read out the response now. So, been trading for a little over a year now, so that's sort of in total. Spent around 2 to 3 months casually prior to that studying, trying to understand trading, and did some paper trading. So he's only been trading for about a year, spent 2 or 3 months, you know, doing it casually, so not massively invested in it. I take that to mean he was a little bit on and off or stop start or whatever, or maybe just not taking it too seriously. Okay, then I found found out about prop firms and thought it was a natural progression for me as I lacked the capital to trade. So he's come across prop firms, he's seen that as an opportunity because he hasn't got a big account, and he's decided to go that route rather than trading his own money. Right, I adhere to the 50-point strategy mostly lately. I trade it on a few different pairs and modify it depending on the time of day and volume. On the funded accounts, I currently risk about 0.4% per trade because of the 5% daily drawdown. Now, prop firms have very tight limits on drawdown, so obviously he only has a 5% daily drawdown, and if he hits that, he fails the challenge and loses the money that he paid for it. So he's risking very, very low risk per trade, and he's obviously cutting trades before the drawdown limit to stop him failing. So can't have too many trades running against me before hitting it, talking about the drawdown limit. I don't really avoid any time. I sometimes trade throughout the day on Forex, but my best asset is the Dow, and I like to trade it during the New York session because that's when the Dow is the most active. I take trades mostly on 50-point levels and sometimes on something called unicorns. Now, I'm not going to go into this. This is something else that he's trading. That's not my strategy. However, what I will point out, the key takeaway here is I take trades mostly on 50-point levels. So he's mostly trading my strategy, and only sometimes is he doing this alternate entry method. I like these setups and play around with my entries around there depending on positions I have. So it depends on what he's already got open. It sounds like his risk is a little bit dynamic depending on how many trades or entries he has. If I'm wrong and I have to cut a trade, I do it because it will hit my drawdown if I don't. So he's talking about the daily drawdown limit. So as I said earlier, if his drawdown is approaching that, he's obviously cutting those trades to stop him failing the challenge and give him another chance later on in the week, the next day when it's reset. I'd probably let it run for longer and cut around 10% if I could. I sometimes close trades at break even or with small losses if I change my mind on the market sentiment. Max loss on my funded account is 10% from base balance. Okay, so he's obviously with a decent prop firm because a lot of firms don't actually do this, they do it on equity. So if he builds up a little bit of profit, it actually allows him to have a larger drawdown limit overall, not daily. So there's some very, very good info here. As I said, pause the video, read through it and take it in, okay? Then he says, use this as proof if you'd like. Now he's put an attachment here. Obviously he's telling me to hide the name. I'll show you that attachment in a second. It then goes on to say, other payouts from these accounts were made in crypto at the time and have made too many transactions since to track them. After that, most Forex prop firms, I'll not repeat that. So he then started to trade a different strategy on futures because the prop firm that he was using, they went bust. Quite a lot of them did at this point. This is when stuff was kicking off with FTMO and other firms. Some of them closed down, some of them changed the rules. So a lot of stuff happened and he basically had to change. He did say, I could send more screenshots, but they are just MT5 P&Ls, profit and loss, which people can argue are fake or whatever, so let me know. So, on the next one then, this is the bit, sorry, let me go back. So when he's saying, here's the attachment, click to see the attachment, that's what this is. This is the attachment he's referring to. Now, you can see the conversation before and after because I want you to be able to see that this is real and genuine. So this was earlier on in the conversation before I've asked him to provide proof. He's already done it. And I was asking him general questions about how he trades. And there was a few useful things on here, so I might as well read it. Okay, so I was asking about his payouts and stuff. 1% is high risk unfunded because if the market goes against you 3 to 4 levels, your daily gets hit. So your daily drawdown limit, your 5% drawdown or whatever it is, that will get hit. Depends on how you manage, of course. Here are my first two payouts. I will show you a zoomed in version of this at the moment. You can see I've had to blur out his name. And then he goes on to say, I was requesting payouts every 5% after this. So then you can see my response here. And I'm talking about how a lot of people, aim for the 250 zone. And most of them are doing 1% and catching a few winners, which passes the challenge. So let's go to the zoomed in version of this. So you can see all the conversation in the background. You can see this is actually it. I've just clicked on it and I've had to obviously hide his name on his bank. But here you can see the funded trader. So this is the prop firm that he was using. And obviously you can see the two payouts that he received. So he's got $3,845 there, $4,330 on this one. And you can see This is December 2023. So he stuck with this prop firm for a couple of months and then they went bust. I think they're actually trading again now. I do believe they've actually started up. I think they have a slightly different name, but it's the same prop firm. So as I said, a lot of them had to shut down. Some of them only temporarily, but that's what happened with that. Now, another thing that I'm going to show you, let me just pause the video and check the next slide so I don't mess up. Okay, so this is the next one that I wanted to show you. Now, he's actually posted a video, and this video is of the account that he's trading right now. So this is the current prop account that he's got. So obviously I need to be very careful with what I show in here. Obviously on this screenshot I blurred everything out. In order for me to show you the video and show that it's real and that it's in Discord, I'm going to open up Discord now and I'm going to screen record it, which means I'm going to have to do a ton of editing to blur all this stuff out. So I'll try my best, but I want you to see this is a real video, and then we'll watch it and you'll be able to see every single trade that he's taken so far and the results on this account so far. So let's just get rid of this. Jump over to Discord. Hopefully I'm not going to mess this up. Right, here we are. So here is the video, and you can see that this is the real chat that I'm in. So I'm going to click on play now. Okay, and you can see that's a real video. Now let's just jump to full screen. And let me see if I can go back to the start. Okay, and you can see he's scrolling through nice and slow. You can pause this at any point. This is really good because you can literally see every trade he's taken, his lot sizes, his profits. You can even see the prices where he got in and out and the dates that he took them. So you can go and check this against the chart, okay? And you can see that all of this is 100% genuine. And when we get to the bottom, we'll see the summary. There we go. So he's up 3,669, which aligns perfectly with what we said earlier on, where he was up 9k and he gave some back and he's now up 3 and a bit. So you can see that is the current account that he's trading. These are real results. You've seen real withdrawals, and he's also giving you an insight into how he's doing it. So this is really the most that I can share about Trader A, as we'll call him. I think he's been incredibly helpful, and he's proved that the strategy can absolutely work and work consistently even under prop conditions. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Thank you very much.